Hello Greyfibre developers, welcome to GreyfibrePLUS program. In this video tutorial, I will walk you through the whole process of development in the GreyfibrePLUS program that we are initiating. There are two major components or the instruction of this whole development procedure. One is the GreyfibrePLUS, which is actually a tool that the external developers are going to use to maintain their work, and there is an Greyfibre API documentation which will tell you the overall concept of the APIs creation, the end-to-end workflows creation, and all the other stuff that the external developer are going to do inside of the GreyfibrePLUS program. Let me first give you an overview of what we are going to accomplish. There are going to be several different types of enhancement requests, bug requests, or some type of a template request as well. Okay, so all these requests are going to show up here as an action request there. I will briefly explain this whole tool component by component, but first I will give you an overall concept of what we are going to accomplish. Okay, so you will get an action request. Okay, this action request are going to connected or going to or will be can be connected to a template. It cannot be going to connect with a template. Here is the template details, and you can go and check the template into the end-to-end. Okay, so the main concept is that you are going to develop the end-to-end workflows. Okay, the workflows that are there are has been generated under the concept of multi-tenant architecture. Okay, we are going to use the end-to-end developers. The templates that are there into the end-to-ends are single-tenant architecture, but we are going to develop here in the multi-tenant architecture. Okay, so this is the most important point, and there are other things here in the end-to-end workflows that we have to accomplish using the APIs. Okay, so we have a set of APIs. Okay, here is the documentation, but they are obviously not enough. The external developer are going to develop their own APIs depending upon their need and all that stuff. Okay, so this documentation is very helpful. It's very self-explanatory. Obviously the developer will have the access of this documentation. This documentation is tells you, first portion is Greyfibre onboarding guide, which will tell you is that how the whole ecosystem is working, the end-to-end workflows, the public endpoints, and all the architecture that is that you are going to follow inside of the repository to develop the APIs. Because the API development is happening inside of the Django project, which has been deployed on a GitHub, and having a Docker machine is running behind it, having a CI/CD pipeline attached to it. So it's a whole another architecture, but you will get an access of a GitHub repository. So as you can see, git clone and all the initial setup is listed here. Okay, after getting the access into the repository, you can clone the repo here and start your work. There is another if I scroll down a little bit, here's a developer guide. In the developer guide, this is the guide for the developers to develop the new API endpoints. Okay, so like how you are going to get the access token, these type of things are listed here. Any queries and questions obviously is going to be handled, but this is a pretty much a brief overview or the idea that how you are going to do the API development and also the end-to-end workflows integrations as well. The API actually are necessary in the development of end-to-end workflow. Is that some of the implementation that you cannot do inside of the end-to-end, you can do inside of our server. Okay, and call this specific implementation via an endpoint. Okay, with the help of an HTTP request node into the end-to-end. That's how you can approach it. The main concept of this is that, okay, you can get a very good idea of it from here as well. This is some kind of a test case requirement. So each API endpoint required a test case as well. So you have to, if you develop an endpoint, then you have to develop a test case against it as well. So this is the developer guide. If I scroll down a little bit, then we have a usage guide. This is the guide to actually give you an idea how you can use the pre-existing endpoints because there are some endpoints that are existed already. So if I scroll down a little bit more, this is actually the endpoints. Okay, the email, this is the get email endpoint, this is the get email by tracking ID endpoint. So as you can see, the response time, so you are going to maintain the documentation of your endpoints as well. Now this will give you a very good idea of the development, how you are going to develop the structure, but how you will get the instructions of your development. Okay, so for this thing you will use our GreyfibrePLUS tool. Okay, as you can see, there are three main components. This top component, this one is actually the action request. This is obviously, as the name is self-explanatory. This is the ticket portion, and this is the messaging portion. So you can message to your teammates as well. Okay, to discuss about some things. If I go here, there is another page that you are going to connect with a lot. In a manage user page, you can see all the other users, and also you can you obviously you will not have the access to manipulate the user subscriptions and all that stuff, but you can go into the profile section and you can change your name or password from here as well. I can see the billing as well because I am the owner of the system right now. So let's come here, and I will talk about the each component one by one. So as you can see at the top list, this is an action request. Okay, so as you can see, ticket request applied according to my system. This is some details that has been listed by the user, by the end user into their enhancement request, and it comes as a action request here. So the whole concept is that the whenever an user will do an enhancement request or will do an bug request. Okay, so as you can see, we are not going to use it, but this is here is for the demonstration purposes, is that that's how a user can submit an enhancement request. As you can see, title or things like this, and when a user hit a submit enhancement request, this enhancement request is going to look into the action request list here. Okay, so that's how the action requests are coming up here. As you can see, the bug reports, here a user can submit a bug or things like this. Okay, so as you can see, these details, now you get a better idea from where these details are coming through, and there is a plus icon here as well. Before clicking onto the plus icon, I want to go here into this explanation mark. As you can see, the tip tool is saying is that view template info. That means this is the enhancement request of a template. Okay, so once I click on it, it will load the template. Okay, as you can see, this is the details of the template. All the information is there. If you want to check this template into a end-to-end workflow as well, you can just click on to this button here, and it will straight away move to your end-to-end workflow of this specific template. So scrap recent emails about a company before a call. So this is actually a template on which an enhancement request is being submitted. Okay, so you have to complete this workflow according to the requirements. As so what was the requirement? As I can see here from the ticket, is that applied according to my system. So the user just want to use this tool for his system. No other enhancement is being required, so we just have to convert it to be workable inside of our configuration. So let's move to other, because as you can see, this is not the every detail about the ticket. As you can see, there is a ticket number also mentioned. So this every action request has a ticket number against it. So once I click on this ticket number, and this is as you can see, this is blinking. Now I can click on it, and it will give you each and every detail against that ticket. So the description is that request implementation of copy intelligence gathering. So there is not very much you can say an extra features is being required. The user just want to as you can see, the categories also integration is that the user is just want to use or make it available for his configuration, so he can use it. No other fancy stuff is needed. As you can see that who is actually being submitted here. I have also, I have submitted it for just for testing purposes, as you can see. So this is the configuration from which is actually being submitted. So okay, so now as you can see, you have a pretty much good idea is that you got the requirements. Okay, so I will also send as you can see, the Syed Ibrahim has been assigned against this action request. So he is the responsible person. He is the main, he has the responsibility to solve this ticket and to resolve this action request as well. So let's suppose Syed Ibrahim has completed his work. Now he want to submit his work, so there is a button here, is that as if hover over it, it will show submit your solution, and once I click on it, it will give me the details like ticket ID is 54, template ID was 1. Okay, so the template that I was referring to, that has been requested inside of the enhancement request was the template have an ID which is 1. So what is actually being required here from me is that solution description file. We need a solution description file which will tell each and everything about a workflow that you have developed and a workflow URL. So the workflow that you have developed, obviously they will have there can be a webhook, there can be a the form, there can be a chatbot. So the production URL of the workflow, you have to submit the URL of the workflow here. Okay, so once you provide all the information and hit submit, then the solution is going to get submitted, and how it's going to look like, I will show you that as well. As you can see, once this plus button, you have submitted your solution. After that, you will get an I button here to see your submitted solution. So this is another action request, but for the demonstration purposes, if I go and click on to the solution details, as you can see, this is the obviously for the testing purposes, the solution title is test, the solution ID, template ID, ticket ID, email, the email that has submitted it. Okay, so and the process details. Okay, expected out each and everything that is being submitted. As you can see, file and links, the file that I have submitted here is also being listed here as well. Okay, so you can also edit this submitted solution from here and make any changes that are required, but not after it has been approved. Okay, so once you have submitted your solution, now the owner of the system can come and approve your solution. Okay, once your solution is being submitted, there are two stages into it. So let's suppose you have submitted your solution and it's not being approved yet. So that means this solution is available for the current configuration. Okay, so you can go like your solution category was, let's suppose collect, or let's suppose it's do, or let's suppose it's sell, then it will going to show up here as the existing solution showing up here. So let's suppose Ibrahim came up here and he click on the add submit your solution and come here submit his solution. Now after submitting the solution, his solution going to get live here, so he can test his solution inside of the current configuration, which is the Greyfibre tool. So once he satisfies that the testing is quite fine, he have tested it already inside of the configuration, and the manager or the admin or the owner of the system comes into the system and verify the workflow like it's complete, the testing has been complete. Now then the solution is going to get approved and it's going to get assigned or available into the specific configuration from which is actually being requested. Okay, so the test company has requested it, so after the approval the solution is going to get available inside of this configuration. Okay, so that's the whole the looping process is that's how the request is going to come to you, and after completing the request, that's how your solution is going to come back to the configuration that or the person that has requested it. Okay, so there are pretty much the tool is self-explanatory. There are several like the created ad, dated ad. Okay, you have a filter here as well. All the action request is going to being seen here. You can simply filter on the basis of responder. You come into the system, you can apply a filter, so you can check out the action requests that are related to you. Okay, some other feature that are like the sync button is available here, but it won't be available in your configuration. As I have said earlier, I have the owner account, you will not have the owner account. Okay, all the other options here, they are going to also be not available, but that's pretty much it. Obviously we are doing enhancement, and so we will add some other features as well, like the ticket. Let's suppose if the developer has an like an issue in the requirements that has been submitted, so he can also respond back on a ticket before submitting his solution to clarify the requirements, which will go back to the user, and user will take a look and update his requirements, so developer can continue his development. So that's pretty much it, and the video link is going to get attached here, so you can in this documentation, so you will get a better idea how the documentation is tied up with the GreyfibrePLUS tool, and the combination of this will help you to complete your tasks. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. Take care.